Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Preimesberger, editor of eWEEK. Thank you for joining us today for this latest segment of eWEEK eSpeaks. It's a series of video interviews with IT thought leaders from all segments of the business. Our guest today is Guillermo Diaz, the CEO of Kloudspot. And Guillermo likes to go by G Diaz in case you can't pronounce Guillermo, which isn't that difficult. But anyway, Guillermo, welcome to eSpeaks.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, and you'd be surprised how many people can't butcher my name. But G is great. Thanks for having me on the show.
I got a good friend, Guillermo, whose name's Guillermo, and he goes by William sometimes too.
Oh yeah,
That's the
there
American
you
name.
go.
Anyway, Guillermo, tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe a little bit about your background, and then about Kloudspot and what IT and business problems it solves.
Sure. So a little bit about me. So I have, this year, 2020, I have now joined as the CEO of CloudSpot. But prior to that, my previous 20 years was at Cisco. And so I spent my career in tech at Silicon Graphics, at Ingram Micro, and 20 years at Cisco, where I was the CIO for many years there at Cisco, and leading the digital transformation not only for Cisco but many of our customers. Many of the customers wanted to know, is like, how do you guys do it, and how do you use your technologies to do it? Because you're telling us to do that, and they always wanted to talk to G, the CIO. So that was my last 20 years prior to CloudSpot. And so that's a little bit about me. I'm also very active as the chair of the Hispanic IT Executive Council, which is a large organization of mostly Hispanic leaders. So bringing those two worlds together, which is really around tech, digital, and underrepresented and diverse communities. That's a big passion of mine.
All right, tell me a little bit about Kloudspot, how it got started, and what problem you're solving.
Yeah, so CloudSpot started and actually kicked off in 2016 with a focus on location-based services, location about people, about assets, where they were, and why they were there, why they were in a venue, as an example, in a large event or in a mall. What were the patterns and behaviors that they were that were going on, so the ultimate uh, reason was to give you a better experience while you were there, and to know more about you, so that we can continue to give you that great experience as a customer, a consumer of the venue that you were in. And what organizations were trying to do was really understand things like footfall at large events, traffic in retail locations, as well as glean insights from their data to deliver better business value, improved experiences. And these were historically, the problem was they were largely solved with siloed solutions. So camera solutions or Wi-Fi analytics solutions, Bluetooth, etc. And what CloudSpot is, it brings all of that together, but in a platform. So our platform is really about being able to ingest all of that data, whether it's coming from camera, whether it's coming from the network itself, from beacons, from other applications, APIs, and really brings that together to understand and contextualize that big data, so that we can make our customers aware of their customers and predict outcomes and take actions to help the customer, or to give a better experience.
Okay, talk about what situational awareness means in regards to what Kloudspot does.
Yeah, so that is really what we call our platform. Our platform is called Situational Awareness and Intelligence. And the notion there is, as we understand and ingest this data, we look at situations, and we help you make decisions on the fly in real time. So it might be a situation, and one of the things that we saw this year was the biggest situation that I think we've all faced in our lifetime, which was the COVID-19, the corona pandemic. And if you think about that, our core is to really understand the movement, the people, the patterns of where they are. And this was like, it kind of fell in right in our lap. It was the worst thing that could happen to us, but also represented an opportunity for Kloudspot to really understand this situation as this happened, being able to understand when someone comes into a venue. Are they, first of all, do we have capacity for them in the venue? Because many of our customers are now limiting capacity, let's say 20% or 30% capacity in a venue. And they want to know, not by just somebody sitting at the door, they want to know, am I at that limit, or am I getting close to that limit? And if so, is there something automated that can help me understand that? And by the way, is there a way to detect if someone's wearing PPE, a mask, let's say? And so, like, for example, in several customers, including our office, when you walk in, it will detect that if there's enough capacity for me in my office. Number two, does it detect if I'm wearing a mask? If it detects that I'm not wearing a mask because I require that in my office, it will say, it will say something like, "We love your smile, but please put on your mask," because it can detect that it's getting the information. And now, as I walk into the venue, being able to really understand the footfall. Is there capacity in a conference room or in a specific area? Is there congestion in the break room? Things of that nature we're able to understand as situations arise, make our customers aware to take action, and really provide them with insights and intelligence to make better decisions.
How does a company or a customer actually monetize this? Or is it just add to the business platform overall?
So I think if you look at our customers, let's say, if you look at it from an enterprise office perspective, they're looking at spatial requirements. So how do I bring people back to the office in a safe way? So there's the health and safety aspect of bringing people back to the office. There's also the spatial management. Do we have enough space? How are we making decisions about our real estate? Being able to get that information and make better decisions to drive our real estate, because most of our customers are saying, we had 6 buildings before, but at best we might be using 3 for the next year. So how do we best use the space that we have, and what do we do with the other space? Do we sublet it out? What kinds of decisions do we make there? So being able to drive cost savings, a better improved real estate footprint, but also, is there a way to take that data to maybe sublease out some of the other space? But the other piece is, like, for venues like casinos or venues like hospitality, being able to monetize Wi-Fi, and based on the analytics, being able to take Wi-Fi or other data and leverage that for campaigns, improved experiences, and providing maybe free Wi-Fi to their customers, but having the data to understand how to monetize that.
Very good. All right. And finally, I guess we have a couple minutes left. Any key trends you see in this area, Guillermo, that my readers should be aware of? It sounds like this kind of thing is going to be more pervasive as time goes on.
Yeah, our trends are that we believe there was three sort of pillars that we were focused on. Number one was, how do we provide a better experience? How do we deliver digital operations, and how do we give that data to our customers so they can improve their infrastructure? And then third, it was about, how do we make sure that while people are in our venue, they were healthy and safe? Things like, can we detect someone with maybe a gun coming into a mall, right? That was sort of the order of battle: experience, digital operations, health and safety. But with this new digital normal that we've all experienced, health and safety came quickly to the forefront. And now we have said health and safety is not just a vertical, it's actually a horizontal across any venue, whether it's in retail, whether it's in hospitality, in the office space, in the medical locations. Health and safety, if I can't get people to my venue, then I'm not going to have any business anyway. So we're seeing the trend of making sure that people feel healthy and safe where they're going. And while they're there, give them a great experience so that they will keep coming back. And then we're seeing that the digital operations, because we're a platform provider and not a set of point solutions, we can actually stitch a lot of these historical point solutions together into that one platform, and hopefully, sort of obsolete the point solutions that they were driving before, thus driving down their cost structure and improving their digital transformation initiatives.
Very good. All right, our time's just about up. Guillermo Diaz, CEO of Kloudspot, thank you so much for your time today and explaining the company and what it does. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And for everybody following along all the way to the end here, thank you very much, and have a great rest of your eWEEK. Thanks for joining us on eWEEK eSpeaks. Go to eWEEK.com to hear more conversations with IT thought leaders.